Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in. Now I want to review a brand new highlighter palette from Lime and this is called the Fairies palette. All of their highlighter palettes have this holographic packaging, so it's a little difficult to actually show you guys without, if I turn it you will be blinded. So it says highlight and down here it says fairies. So there was no noise around this palette, no promo pics, nothing. This guy just sprouted out of nowhere on Ulta's website and yeah, I just found out about it just by chance. One of my subscribers had commented on a video about this palette and that's how I came to know about it. This is an Ulta exclusive palette. I don't think you can even find it on Limecrime's website, so you can find it only on Ulta's website, and it's also an online only palette. Only at Ulta and online only kind of product, so you won't be able to see this product in person if you walk into any Ulta store. So these are the colors you get. Magic, which is like a yellow gold, and then this is Moonlight, which is obviously you can see it's a purple color, and then this is like a peachy, like a wash of peachy gold color, which is called Enchantment. And the product is, the palette is made in USA and certified vegan and cruelty free highlighter palette. What else? You do have like the list of ingredients in the back, and you get how much? Oh yeah, it's the same, 7 grams of product in each pan. So you get 3 products in each of their highlighter palettes, and each pan you get 7 grams of product. I would consider that a real full-size highlighter, guys. Just for reference, Becca's full-size shimmering skin perfectors, the ones in their permanent range carry 8 grams of product, but the ones that they release as limited edition in the special packaging, they carry 7 grams of product, same as how much you get in each of these pans. So that is a lot of product, even for a full size, I would say. So you get a lot of product in each of the pans, and this retails for $38. I think for that you get only one full size Becca shimmering skin perfector for $38, but you get 3 full sizes. Of course, you should really like it, all 3 colors, to buy this. No, but even then I think it's a really good deal, even if you only like 2 colors, but it doesn't matter. Let's look at the colors. So these are the 3 shades you get. As you can see, this is a yellow gold kind of shade that you get. Then this is a purple one, and this is that peachy wash of gold color that you get. So that's Enchantment. This is Magic, Moonlight, Enchantment. So these are the 3 colors you get. They have this kind of picture like butterfly, moon and mushroom kind of a color, like illustration going on, I think, corresponding to the names of the shades. So yeah, let's get into swatches, guys. So this is online only and Ulta only product, and this is limited edition, I think. Let me quickly check that. It doesn't say anything about limited edition, or at least I don't see it anywhere. So yeah, I don't think it is. But let's get into swatches. The first one is Magic. So that is Magic. As you can see, it's a yellow gold kind of a highlighter. It's very yellow, but it's not too yellow like JD Glow Cosmetics Egyptian highlighter or Fenty Beauty's Trophy Wife highlighter. It's not like very yellow. It's yellow, but I think it's very wearable yellow. As you can see, it's very finely milled and definitely very nice. And let's just do some brush swatches. So, oh wait, where did that go? It's not as subtle as it looks like. It's actually quite intense highlight. Maybe I didn't pick up a lot of products. So that is that color, guys. And I know it kind of looks subtle, but it's not. I promise you, it's not a subtle highlighter at all. It's really intense, but I don't know why. Maybe my skin is not moisturized at all. It's pretty dry. So yeah, as you can see, it doesn't look very yellow, right? It has like a tiny bit hint of yellow. You can see my natural skin here, and in the area where I've highlighted, there's like a tiny bit of a hint of yellow, which gives that like sun-kissed kind of a look, but it's not like like a yellow kind of look. So that is that like a soft yellow gold highlighter that you see. Hang on, let me just get my wipe. Always forget it. So let's move on to, what's this? Moonlight. Moonlight it's a little bit different, to be honest, because it is not finely milled and it's like a duochrome. Do you see the duochrome? Blue, and then here do you see the purple? So it's definitely a duochrome, like a blue and a purple. It's a duochrome color and it is not a finely milled product. You can see the visible shimmers in there for sure. It doesn't leave a white cast per se, and you honestly don't require a lot of layers. Just one layer on my skin tone, it just pops like crazy, to be honest. But if you layer them a lot, since it is like a very light color, I think it will leave kind of a cast. So that is just one layer, you guys. And I hope you can see those visible shimmers here. Do you see the visible shimmers? You can definitely see the shimmers on your skin. But it's not too large to the point that it looks like you have texture on your skin, like large shimmers. But these are visible shimmers. So that is the color Moonlight, and it's a duochrome. And then finally, this is described as a peachy champagne actually on the website. Let me quickly swatch it for you. I honestly don't see the champagne color at all. It's more of a white gold, guys. I would say you have two gold colors in this palette. It's definitely a gold. I just don't see the peach tone at all. That muted pastel orangey kind of a tone, it's just missing. There's no peach at all, I feel, in this color. It's definitely a gold color, more of a very light pale gold, like, you know, the colors that look kind of white in the pan, like very white with a tiny bit of shift, but when you swatch it, it kind of turns gold. It's something like that. It's definitely on the lighter side, as you can see. There's a little bit of so that is that peachy gold color. Again, this one is very finely milled. As you can see, it's like completely finely milled. There are no visible shimmers at all, and it is also quite intensely pigmented. Both are light on my skin tone, so definitely it pops. But I feel this one, since it is so light, and do you see it? And these are powder highlighters, guys. So the consistency is like kind of dense, definitely for all three. So I feel if you go a little bit overboard with this particular shade, I think it will leave a white cast. When I say overboard, I mean more than 2 layers. You don't really need more than 2 layers, to be honest, but you know, it's your highlighter. You should be able to use as much as you want to your satisfaction. So who's to say don't use only 1 or 2 layers, right? So if you want to use more than 2 layers, and if you have darker skin, it will leave like a tiny bit of white cast, and if you go further, the white cast is going to deepen. So that's there. And if you like layer any of these highlighters together, I feel the white cast really intensifies. Even now, this kind of seems more yellow tone, but all three are definitely lighter colors. So if you like layer these 2 colors, I feel the white cast kind of intensified. I tried that today. I layered these 2 together, and do you see, kind of had this tiny bit of white cast, but here I haven't layered it at all. On my forehead, I have just this color. You don't have that cast going on here, but just on my cheeks, I did try these 2 together, and it will leave a white cast. So I recommend you guys try only 1 layer and just pick up if you have darker skin. But if you have lighter skin, I think you can do what you know, you can mix and match however you want. If you have darker skin, and if you are bothered by a white cast, only if you are bothered by a white cast, I'd recommend not to layer any of these colors, mix and match, just use them individually. And honestly, this one, the not peachy, a white gold color, you can definitely use this and it does not leave a white cast if you use 1 to 2 layers, but if you go a little overboard, it will leave behind a white cast. But otherwise, I think this palette is really good. But I feel this palette is not exactly special. Like, you know, I don't feel it's very unique. Color selection wise, first of all, color selection wise, I don't feel it's a very unique palette. Now the Blossoms palette is an outrageously unique palette. It's just totally out of the box and such beautiful colors, guys. Now these two are so finely milled, and they're also kind of on the denser side, but they're not as dense as the shades you find in the Blossoms palette. They are just outrageously creamy and dense and just so yummy, guys. They're just absolutely stunning and brilliant. That palette is stunning. This is somewhere in between. Now the shades in the Unicorns palette, all 3 colors in the Unicorns palette are just almost pressed glitters, I would say, and the base is like almost non-existent for all of the colors in the Unicorns palette from Lime Crime. Now they are all, I mean, since the base is like so translucent, the highlight is almost non-existent when you see straight, like up front. You can only see that wet glossy look when you turn your head. So this again, although this is like has visible shimmers in it, the base is kind of you know, it's not a translucent shade as the shades you will find in the Unicorns palette. So the base is definitely visible because it is a duochrome, and duochrome is visible. Do you see that? This is a blue and this is a purple, so the base shade is like probably a blue or a purple, I don't know. So it's like distinctly 2 duochrome shades present, so I feel it's not as translucent as the shades you would find in the Unicorns palette. So I feel the formula is somewhere in between. The denser shades in the palette, which are these 2, are not as denser and as creamier as the ones in the Blossoms palette, and the shimmery shades, glittery shades here is not as translucent and as like non-existent when you look straight ahead, and glossy, crazy, wet looking when you turn your head. It's not as glossy and as wet looking as the shades you'd find in the Unicorns palette. So somewhere in between. So formula wise, I don't feel it's neither here nor there. And the color wise, again, it's just, this is not a peachy shade. I don't know how it might look on a lighter or very, very pale skin. I don't see any trace of peach at all. This is described as like a champagne with a peach kind of a thing going on, but this is not that. This is just more of a white gold, and this is more of a yellow gold. So I feel, I don't know, I feel they could have done something better with this. But yeah, I don't feel this is a very super unique palette. So if you're interested in like denser, finely milled kind of highlighter palette, definitely recommend the Blossoms palette. You would find a true peachy shade in there, and a stunning gold shade, and a beautiful icy, not too icy for dark skin, but just the right amount of icy, like a lavender shade as well. That palette is just, the colors in there are so distinctly different, both the Unicorns palette and the Blossoms palette. Or if you're someone who loves that translucent kind of highlighter where it's like when you look ahead you don't see any highlighter, just when you turn it's just bam, glossy looking, definitely check out the Unicorns palette by Lime Crime. Again, all 3 colors in that palette offered are distinctly different. There's like a beautiful pinky purple color, and then there's a green color. And since again the green color doesn't look crazy because, as I said, the base is not very, very dense, so it's like almost translucent, like a pressed glittery kind of highlighter shades. And then there's a beautiful mauve kind of a shade with gold glitter. So all 3 shades in the Unicorns palette is also distinctly different. So if you like these colors, definitely pick it up. It is not a bad formula at all, but for me, definitely, if you want crazy creamy shades, I would suggest the Blossoms. If you want like glittery shades, I would suggest the Unicorns. It's like somewhere in between and like a mix. And again, the color selection is where I feel it's not that unique. That's why I'm suggesting the Blossoms and the Unicorns, because the colors offered there are distinctly different. They are just totally different. So yeah, that is my review, guys, on the palette. Hope you guys found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.